On UI, when you click a button, something happens. You type in a box, something happens. But how does Angular know what you just did? So this is where event binding comes in the picture. Hi minasan, I'm your teacher and my name is Ruchi Pundora. In this video, we are going to learn about event binding. So what's event binding? Listen carefully. Event binding in Angular allows you to listen to user actions in the UI and respond to them in your TypeScript file. So basically, whatever action user does on UI, event binding helps you to listen to that action. And the response comes from your TypeScript file. In simple terms, whatever action user does on the UI, event binding helps you to listen to it, and we can respond to that event via our TypeScript file. And if we further simplify it, event binding is a one-way data binding technique, and the data flows from HTML file to TypeScript file. Now let's learn about the syntax of event binding. What you are seeing on your screen is the syntax of event binding. As you can see, event binding uses round brackets. In property binding, we use square brackets, and in event binding, we use round brackets. Inside the round brackets, we write the name of event. Now, inside the double quotes, we write function. We can pass event as an argument too. Next, we're going to do some examples and we will understand what this event is more clearly. So let's summarize. Event binding uses round brackets. Whenever that event happens, Angular calls the function from your TypeScript file. So this function is written inside the TypeScript file. See, event, it gives you access to the actual event data. So whatever event happened, all the data is inside this $event. Now let's do some examples. So in event binding, we are listening to events, right? So let's create a button and let's name it save. So I mentioned in the definition that we are listening to user actions. So whatever action user does on the UI, we are listening to it. So with this save button, what user can do? Click this save button. So we are going to listen to this event, that is click. So in the syntax, I mentioned that we write event inside round bracket. So we will write click event inside the round bracket. Now inside the double quotes, we are going to call a function. So let's log event. I want to log the event. Now in the syntax, I mentioned that the event data, we can get it from $event. Now we will write this method in TypeScript file. So now let's write the method here, log event. We are listening to an event of type any, and we are logging this in our console.log. So when the user click on the save button, it will call this method, and what this method will do, it will log the event in the console. So now let's click on the save button and see what happens. So when we click on the save button, you can see in the console it has printed the event. You can expand this and read all this. You can see the event type is click. So what happened? We are listening to the click event on this button and calling this method whenever user clicks on the save button. Interesting, right? So let's do one more example. Now we will create a username field. An input field of type text. Now you can see it's giving me some error that label spelling is incorrect. So let's correct it. So see, we have created a username field and its input type is text. On this field, input field, I want to listen to an event. So we will listen to this event. The name of the event is input. So whatever user is typing or giving inputs, we are listening to that. So we write event name inside around brackets. So input is our event, correct? Now what we want to do with this input, we want to display it. So let's write update name method and pass the event. Now let's create this method in TypeScript file. We are passing the event. So let's write event of type any. Now see, we want to display whatever user is writing on the input field on UI. So let's create a variable username and let's keep it empty. Now we will update this username value to whatever user is typing on the input field. So this dot username is equal to event dot target dot value. See, now the username value will be updated once this method is called, but how would we know? So we need to display this username on UI as well, so we can understand or know that this username value has been updated. So let's go to the HTML file and print this username. So now let's write something on this field. Ruchi Pundora. You can see that username value has been updated to Ruchi Pundora. Now let's understand step by step what happened. So as you can see from the code, we are listening to the input event on this input field. So whenever user type anything on this field, what it will do, it will call this update name method and we are passing event on it. It will go to the TypeScript file and it will run this update name method. Inside this function, what we are doing, we are extracting the value from the event and saving it to the username variable. Now the username value has been updated. Now in the HTML file, we have printed the username variable. So once it has some value, it will be displayed on the screen. If I change it, if I type RUCHI, so on each event, this process will take place. This looks complicated, but it is very easy once you do it on your own. Now we know what is event binding. Hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos. See you guys later. Peace out.